everyone, my name is Evelyn Maldonado, and I am the current Program Associate with APHA Center for Climate, Health, and Equity. This month, we're bringing awareness to children and youth preparedness with our book pick, Hurricane Watch, written by Melissa Stewart, illustrated by Taia Morley, and published by HarperCollins Publishers. And inspired by this book, we are actually going to talk about climate change and the role it plays when it comes to hurricanes. And we will also learn how to prepare for hurricanes. So first, let's learn about some basic concepts. What's the difference between weather and climate? Take a look outside. Is it hot and sunny, cloudy and raining? Is it windy or cold? All of these conditions are what we call weather. It's the temperature, humidity, precipitation, cloudiness, and wind that we experience at a given time in a specific location. Weather is only temporary, so it can be for a couple of days or our 10-day weather forecast. But when we talk about climate, we are describing the average weather conditions over a long period of time in a region, so it can be years or decades. Another important concept is natural disasters. They include floods, hurricanes, droughts, severe thunderstorms, and among others. What does climate change have to do with these events? Well, as global temperatures increase, so does water vapor, which is the gas form of rain. Water vapor causes rain, and more of it means heavier rainfall and hurricanes. This can lead to our streets and homes being flooded. So climate change can cause more frequent and severe hurricanes, but we can take action by preparing. And with the ongoing hurricane season, what are some ways we can prepare for these extreme weather events in our area? Let's start with something fun, making an emergency supply kit. An emergency supply kit is good to have for all kinds of emergencies. To start, sit down with your family and talk about the things you will need if an emergency happens. For example, a strong storm can make the lights go out, so get a flashlight for your supply kit. Also, extra batteries. Without electricity, batteries can be your best friend. A first aid kit is a good idea too, in case you accidentally cut or scrape yourself in the dark. Include a radio that works with batteries. Having a radio is really important in an emergency. You can use the radio to get the latest news about an emergency, like whether it's safe to go outside. Make sure to include food and water. In some emergencies, it may not be safe to drink the water from the faucets in your home. Make sure your family's supply kit has a supply of bottled water. Also, make sure you have enough food to last for 3 days. Don't forget extra pet food too. Include a can opener. You will need something to open your emergency canned food supplies. Include extra clothes and blankets. Sometimes in an emergency, you and your family may have to stay in one room to stay safe. If this happens, you will want clean clothes and extra blankets to stay warm. Include hand sanitizer. Hand washing is one of the best ways to kill germs and stay healthy. This can be even more important if an emergency happens. When there is no water available, hand sanitizer is a good second choice. Once you've put together an emergency supply kit, don't forget to check it to make sure the food is still good. After having your emergency supply kit ready, another important thing is to make a family emergency plan. Sometimes in an emergency, your family may not be in the same place. For example, your mom or dad may be at work. Ask your parents who you should call if an emergency happens and you can't reach them. This person is called an emergency contact. Also, learn about your community's hurricane warning system, evacuation routes, and nearby hurricane shelters. Natural disasters might look different depending on where you live. For example, instead of hurricanes, you might experience drought. Check out APHA's Get Ready campaign fact sheets to learn more about emergency preparedness for all public health hazards, including natural disasters and other emergencies. And don't forget to read our Eco Bookworms book club pick, Hurricane Watch, to learn more about how hurricanes form and other ways you and your family can prepare. Until next time!